I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror. This is episode 237 of the program. Tonight we are talking about Hulu original horror film Appendage. My name is Amy. I am your fearless leader, joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host Jamie. Hello, friend.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Happy October to you. It's gotten nice and brisk out. It was like 40 degrees today when I walked the dog.
I know. And sunny. It's
sunny.
Nice day. It's
really pretty
to get
leaves.
in the 70s this week, though.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's awful nice.
Yeah, sure is.
Excellent. I've been watching a horror movie a day, like I think I told you listeners last time. Still keeping it up. My movie for yesterday was this movie.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. I watched Basket Case Part 2, I think last week, and the Basket Case movies remind me an awful lot of this movie.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, have you seen those? Are you familiar?
No.
Oh, it's a weird movie by Frank Henenlotter, I think the same guy who made Frankenhooker.
Okay.
About this guy who has a conjoined twin that is deformed, that has been removed from his side, and he carries it around in a basket.
Uh-huh.
And it murders, and its name is Belial.
Belial.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
And he moves to the Big Apple, and it's very like 80s New York. This is the first one, not the second one.
Okay. Yeah.
But he moves to New York, and he's trying to like make it in the world with this Belial, who's just foiling him at every turn and just murdering everyone. And it's pretty great. And it's just a funny looking puppet that you'd have to see that lives in a little basket.
Precious.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen all kinds of good stuff so far. I'm excited about our next movie, too. I wanted to go see that in the theater when it was coming out, or when it was out, but I didn't get to, because Kay convinced me it was silly to drive 40 minutes to the movies to see a movie that was coming out at the end of the month on streaming. And I guess that's true.
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit true.
It's a little true, when I guess there's thousands and thousands of horror movies that are streaming at home.
Thousands and thousands.
Thousands. But listeners, I hope you've been watching lots of good scary stuff and reading good scary stuff. I'm almost done with the first volume of the Books of Blood by Clive Barker. So I'm doing all horror all month.
I am not, but I applaud your venture.
Thank you. I'm just pleased I've been able to keep it up.
Yeah.
Especially when I fall asleep at like 8:30 p.m. because I'm 85 years old.
I have a hard time keeping with any sort of routine for longer than a few days, so I knew better.
So our round table for this episode, since it's about to be Halloween, and this will be our last episode before Halloween. That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Jamie, what has been your favorite Halloween costume that you've done over the years?
Well, this is very silly because it's one when I was a kid. I was probably like early middle school, but like as much as I love Halloween, as much as I love horror, I am not one for loving dressing up for Halloween.
No.
I think the pressure and the anxiety with creating like what I want to be the perfect costume is so much that I just don't even bother. Because it's never going to be what I want it to be, so I just don't do it. And that's a me thing. I get it. But in middle school, after the first Brady Bunch movie came out, like, I was real into Jan. And, like, I could do a pretty good Jan impression, like, acting one, like, just playing it.
Yeah.
And so my grandma sewed me this really fucking great, like, 70s style, like, dress that was awesome. I had these like high socks and like the black shoes. They did my hair with like the little curl things on the side, but like of course I had long straight blonde hair.
Of course.
Little glasses, and that was my favorite costume because it was one that I felt like I also could play the part while wearing the costume.
So you nailed it.
So I nailed it. So like I remember winning like a costume contest in school for it.
Ooh.
And like never wanted to take it off because I was like, I am Jan now.
If you'll just refer to me as Jan.
Yeah, it's
henceforth.
Jan. Yeah. And like
That's
my
a great
boyfriend,
costume.
George Glass.
George Glass.
He's from Canada. Yeah. Yep. I loved it. Like, I loved everything about it. I was kind of obsessed with that movie. I thought it was hilarious.
It is hilarious. You were
and
correct.
Jan was my favorite character.
Well, sure.
She was delightful.
Kill them all, Jan.
Yeah. Kill them all, Jan. Kill. Yeah.
My favorite Halloween costume that I've been is Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, that's
R.I.P.
a great one. Yeah.
It was college, and I went with a group of people just bar hopping in Kent, where I went to college. There was a big, street Halloween kind of thing. And we all went as people from Pee Wee's Playhouse. So my girlfriend at the time was Jambi, and I painted her face and put jewels and like a turban, and I made we made like a box with doors and did it up like Jambi's box that opens up, and
Yeah.
And my friend Angie was Penny from the Penny cartoons, like the stop motion, like whatever they were. And I painted pennies on her eyes. And then her boyfriend was Cowboy Curtis. And somebody was Miss Yvonne, but I don't remember who. But it was a really good group costume. I like
that's a good
group
one.
costumes.
That takes the pressure off if there's a group costume.
Because it makes it easy. But I have the same
Yes.
stress where I really stress out about what I'm going to be, and I want to make it perfect.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I end up being disappointed or have anxiety about it.
And I know I will be, so I just don't even do it.
Well,
I know my limits.
that's fair. I have had some good scary ones. I used to be pretty good at doing like zombie makeup with spirit gum and what do you call it? Liquid latex and newspaper and stuff. Mm-hmm. I did it one year where I had a big crater on the side of my face and I could push it and blood would come out.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. And gross.
You have to just be patient with letting it dry using a hairdryer and stuff.
Sure.
Yes. So listeners, we would love to hear what some of your favorite Halloween costumes that you've done have been. Write to us and let us know, thebloodlust.net, or you can email us at thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com, or, of course, on our Facebook or our Instagram. So, Jamie, are you ready to start talking about Appendage?
Always. That's why I'm here.
All right. How about giving us the stats?
Sure. This here film was written and directed by Anna Zlokovic. It's rated TVMA. Runtime 1 hour 34 minutes. Perfect time, in my opinion. Stars Hadley Robinson, Emily Hampshire, and Kausar Mohammed. It premiered at South by Southwest March 11th, 2023. Released on Hulu October 2nd, 2023. And on Rotten Tomatoes right now, it's at 52% fresh by critics, 62% fresh audience.
Thanks.
That's it.
Oh, did you hear that, Doug? Hi. Mm-hmm. He didn't like that sound.
Oh,
yes.
Well, yes.
Yes. Oh, that's why. Because that's what I give him treats when I say. Oh, and he heard it and he came.
Makes sense.
Little smart man. So this one is about a 20-something named Hannah who is very ambitious and who is under a lot of stress with work, where she is a clothing designer, and from her family, who is very weird and dismissive and emotionally manipulative. And she starts to succumb to her stress in weird ways. Namely, that there is a growth that starts to poke out in her stomach, like a weird hernia that's coming out of her skin. And it soon dislodges itself and develops an independent mind.
Yep.
Not unlike Basket Case, although he was just always attached and then the surgeon detached them. But you get the idea. And the little cute thing about this is that as soon as this thing is sprung forth from her and it's a little puppet, it starts to undermine her and sow these seeds of doubt and play upon her insecurities, which then weakens her so that it can drain her life force to its own sinister ends. There's also a funny little bit of plot in here where she finds other people who have these appendages, which is what they're called, which I found to be a kind of a funny twist, and joins a support group where she meets Stevie from Schitt's Creek.
Yep.
Who I never remember for like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes I see her. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's Stevie.
I was like, she looks so familiar. Who is this?
She was on Celebrity Jeopardy recently. And
oh, no kidding.
It took me so long to figure out that was her.
Okay. How'd she do?
Really bad.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I know, because Celebrity Jeopardy is so easy.
So easy.
I know that it's easy to say when you're not on the show, but I fucking crush Celebrity Jeopardy. And it always is disheartening to me that so many of the women do not do well.
Oh, ladies, come on.
Steven Weber was on, though, and he did very well.
Okay.
I know you like him, don't you?
Yes.
So, Jamie, what did you think of Appendage?
Well, I knew very little about this movie. To be honest, I picked it for us to review on a total whim. Just read the synopsis and I was like, well, that sounds curious and interesting.
Okay.
And we don't have to go purchase a ticket to go see it.
That's true.
So let's check it out. That being said, after watching it, I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I wouldn't say that it is a great movie by any means. It's got its faults. I think some of the dialogue and some of the acting is kind of lacking and it's kind of hokey, but like I think the general concept of it and the idea and what the director and writer in this case is trying to portray and convey in telling this like is very compelling and interesting, and it kind of resonates at least with me as a viewer and probably with a lot of women or people in general.
Yeah.
Where it's just you've got this shitty little thing, this little voice, this thing that's always in you and it's always in your brain. And no matter what you try to do, it's constantly telling you like negative things. And it's constantly trying to get you to believe negative things. And sometimes you get wrapped up in that and you believe those negative things. And sometimes you can ignore it and everything's fine. But I loved seeing it play out in this movie as if it's sort of its own entity, where it's like, it's not just necessarily a voice in your head. Like, yeah, it's like, it's a thing that exists within you that eventually you just have to learn to sort of nurture and be okay with and sort of accept. And that's a hard pill to swallow because it is always going to be a part of you, because ultimately, even though you're nurturing and accepting it, like, therefore it is still a part of you.
Yeah.
It's something within you. And I don't think that's something that I've seen a whole lot in movies.
It's something kind of out of the Babadook kind of playbook in a way where
Babadook is
movies.
Babadook is very much more like centered or like focusing on grief, specifically, and this seems to be more like trauma or internal like self-hate.
Yes.
Anxiety.
I just mean the way that they've taken a concept.
Yes.
And they've personified it with a monster. And it's a monster that you can't defeat. You know?
Yeah. Where it's like, there's no beating it. There's no getting rid of it. You're never going to completely eliminate it from your life. You just need to learn how to
cope.
Again, accept it and cope and have it within you. And while this movie, I don't think that, like I said, necessarily wasn't like a perfect movie and it didn't do it seamlessly, I think it did it in a way that I felt satisfied in the end, because I was like, yeah, okay, that's essentially what it is. Like, it's just this fucking thing that's with you all the time. And you just have to learn how, like, at what moments you're starting to like feed into it and buy into it.
And it's starting to drain you.
And it's starting to drain you. And you're letting it. And being able to pull yourself back from that and being like, no, it's okay. Like, you're a thing that's a part of me and I accept that, but like, I'm not going to let you get the better of me. And it seems exhausting, and that's because it fucking is exhausting.
Yes, it is, people.
It is. Like, there's no scenario in which it's not exhausting. That is an everyday thing. And I just think, like, I don't know, this was kind of an unexpected, like, delightful movie for me, because I really kind of liked the, like, cheesiness of the monster, like, the appendage, and, like, how weird it looked. And I liked the sort of cheesiness of everyone in the support group and, like, how their eyes changed.
Yeah.
And I liked the concept of the appendage basically wanting to take over their host's life by telling them these horrible things and getting the host to buy into that in such a way that the appendage, like, is feeding off them so much that it can take over their existence.
Right.
And there's something, and it's weird because I think in this movie, it almost sort of portrayed that in a way that seems very compelling, where it's like, yeah, it just seems like it might be easier to just sort of let those things.
It thinks it can do a
over.
better job than you, so just go ahead and
Because,
let it.
yeah, you see a little hint of it, like, it does do a better job.
Right.
And, like, you see the main character does things like she drinks a lot. And, yes, that sort of stuff is common because it quiets those voices. It quiets those, like, hateful things that come up within you. And then the appendage takes over, and you see that she's, like, being more successful in her job because she's sort of let those feelings of self-doubt and whatnot, like, sort of fall away.
Right.
And she's just, like, this confident person. But it's not confidence. It's just, it's like this bad side of you.
Well, in this case, it's evil.
Right. It's evil. But I just think it was, like, a very interesting, what do you call it? Like, allegory? Like, a very interesting way of looking at this sort of struggle that I can only say I myself personally feel all the time.
Sure.
And I don't know, I thought it was really fun. I thought it was pretty well done, and it was kind of a shocker in that, like, I enjoyed it so much. And I would say that I find it definitely worth watching. I think it's worthwhile because I think it's a look into mental struggles and, like, internal struggles that people that don't always show themselves in the physical sense, and this movie sort of, like, forces it to come out in a physical way that you don't see. And people, you know, lots of people deal with mental health struggles and mental illness and
I think even if you're
and,
not,
like,
quote unquote, mentally ill, this is something that you deal with.
100%. Like, stress in general or anxiety in general is not an uncommon thing, but it doesn't always present itself in a physical way. So seeing it sort of portrayed in a very physical way is sort of, like, cathartic, where it's like, yeah, that's what it seems like. Like, it's just this weird ass evil thing, like, living in you.
Right.
It's constantly telling you you're not good and you're not worthy of anything. And you have to battle it all the time. And sometimes it feels like it's going to take over.
You know what RuPaul calls it?
What?
Your inner saboteur.
Well, that's better than appendage, to be honest.
RuPaul talks about it all the time. It's like a big thing for him.
I mean, it's what it is.
Right.
And it's not something you can easily just be like, that's there, and I ignore it. Like, maybe some people can, and my God, tell me your secret, but
you can't make it go away.
Can't make it go
says
away.
RuPaul.
It's a part of you.
It's just you say, okay, you feel that way. I'm noting it, but it's not going to affect me.
Yeah. And sometimes it's easy, and sometimes it's not so easy.
No, it's
and
a thing you
just-
got to practice.
It's just
I
the
think.
human struggle. Yeah.
I wish I was good at it.
Same. But I appreciate seeing it explored and shown in a movie where it's like it's made into a monster, because that's what it feels like sometimes. So,
And that's what we
it's
like
nice to
about
see it that
horror,
way.
isn't it?
Of course.
You know,
It's what we love about it.
Taking something that we're really scared of in real life and making it into something monstrous.
And this is what I like about horror, where it's like a real life thing.
Right.
It's not a monster. It's
That's
not
what
a
I'm saying.
slasher
It
that's
takes an
breaking into my
everyday
house.
thing.
Yeah.
And that we're already afraid of. Mm-hmm. You know, whether it's grief in the Babadook or in this, it's anxiety and stress and negative self-talk and self-doubt, and makes it into a monster. And I love that.
Yeah, same.
It didn't work quite as well for me as it did for you, only because as much as I like the idea, and I like, of course, the kind of horror that we're talking about, the kind of horror that takes something and makes it into a monster, I didn't like so much the balance of comedy and serious in this. I don't think she quite nailed it, where I don't feel like maybe it was funny as it should have been or could have been. And I don't know that like the serious parts had enough weight. I felt like it should have picked one or the other. It just didn't quite work for me in that way. I don't know if that's down to the dialogue. Well, that's what I'm saying. But
I didn't expect it to be.
The puppet thing, it in itself was campy. So to have that, and to have some of the other stuff like with the group, stuff, and I don't want to go too much into that because I don't want to ruin it for people. But I don't know. I felt like some of it went for laughs, and I didn't feel like it really was able to capture that. But I still think it was a good movie. You know what I realized in our last episode when I was editing it? We never rated it. And I'm not asking you to do it now because I'd have to switch gears and whatever. But I want to make sure I rate this one while we're talking so I don't forget. And I would probably rate this a 3, and I would still recommend it. And I would say it's like a light version of one of those movies. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. This is a Hulu original, made for TV, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure this is the director's first full-length feature. She did do a short with this. And I'm pretty sure Eric Roberts was the clothing designer in it. Christiane.
Curious.
Which I kind of want to see that.
Christiane was like the only character where I thought there was any sort of humor involved. Just because that character was so ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, I would give this a 3. I think it was enjoyable, but it didn't totally work for me. It wasn't a home run, but I liked what they were going for enough that I would recommend it. There's other movies
that's about me.
In this. There was a movie called Bad Milo. Did you ever see that? It's got
no.
One of the guys from the state. Ken Marino from the state is in it.
Oh.
And there's like a monster that lives inside of his butt and comes out and he's like very repressed and not able to express his anger and things like that. And this monstrous being bursts forth from his anus and goes and kills people on his behalf. And it's a little puppet too. And it's honestly better than it sounds. And the comedy works pretty good in that.
I would hope so.
But I'm not saying to watch that instead. This is a different type of movie, although it's more serious than that one.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, a little clearer on its message and stuff than that one is. I recommend it, but the tone was a little weird and jarring for me at times.
Yeah, I'm not wildly different. Like, I'd probably give this like a 3.5.
Okay.
And I'd recommend it, but like I said, it's not a perfect movie by any means, but I appreciate any writer, director trying to illustrate and show people this sort of internal struggle that is very familiar to me and not often, I think, explored in movies in a way. So even though it wasn't like necessarily a home run, like I appreciate the attempt a lot.
What did you think of the main character as she was written? Do you think that she seemed realistic?
I thought so for the most part. I didn't think she was like, I think she was all right. I don't think there was maybe like enough explored. Like she didn't have a whole lot of depth to her. And I think there was hinting at like maybe some backstory and some stuff that happened that wasn't maybe explored enough that...
A previous suicide attempt?
Yeah, that sort of created a well-rounded and like fully realized character. And I think that her on-screen sort of chemistry and relationship with like her boyfriend in particular was not convincing in any way, shape, or form. And since that seemed to be like a pretty big part of her character development and her story, I think that took a lot away from me. Like I think it was like clear there was nothing there.
No chemistry.
Not at all. And like even in scenes where they were like had to kiss each other, it seemed almost like she was hesitant to kiss him, and like it was a weird thing. So
yeah, from the beginning.
if that was supposed to be a part of the character, I don't think that was well.
I think it was supposed to be part of the character, yeah. I think it was supposed to be part of her not being...
Because I read it way too much as, like, those actors just didn't...
It could have been.
There was nothing there. So if that was supposed to be part of the character, I think there needed to be more done to, like, to wrap that into part of who she was and why she was that way.
What about... I did feel like the relationships between her and the two women that she's friends with in the movie seemed real and believable.
I thought those were much more realistic and believable, especially with Stevie.
Stevie did the voice of the monster, too. Did you see that?
Oh, really?
Credits?
Oh, that's delightful. No, it's fantastic.
I thought that the character seemed pretty well fleshed out and pretty realistic as far as somebody with those kind of symptoms. And I liked the stuff that, although some of it was a little like Freddy style, like quips, I did like the stuff that the thing chose to say to her to try and chip at her, because it was very similar to stuff that, you know, that I say to myself and that I'm sure you say to yourself.
Sure, of course, yeah. Like... Yeah, just nonsense stuff that you know there's not necessarily any evidence for, but there's like enough hint of something that like you can convince yourself of those things, right? Where it's like, Jesus, just shut up. Like, shut up.
You're bad at your job. Nobody likes you. You can't make connections with people. Your parents are disappointed in you. This is like an imposter syndrome horror movie.
Yeah. And it's a very real thing. I think I'd like to see more movies sort of focus on that, because to me, that's a very terrifying and scary way to live, where it's like you never feel comfortable or at home in your own body and your own existence, because you're constantly feeling like everything you do
is inadequate.
Working towards something you're never going to achieve.
Or that.
Regardless of whether or not other people think you've achieved it or where other people see you, you just are incapable of seeing things that way, of viewing yourself and your accomplishments through the eyes of others.
Yep.
It's only through yourself.
It's the same way that people have body dysmorphia. Regardless of what's actually there, it's what you see.
It's what you see. And like, to me, that's a scary notion, because that's like, that is absolutely sort of a concept of living in a reality that is not, it is your own and your own reality only. Like, no one else sees it that way, and people think you're nuts for not seeing it that way, but it's like, I don't know how to not see it that way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a scary notion, and to think that that's all just up there in your little dumb brain.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid.
Oh,
it's
my.
Stupid.
So why don't we talk a little bit about the spoilers, the twist that kind of happens in this? I should have asked you before we went to spoilers, what did you think of the body horror kind of aspect of this?
Oh, I thought that was pretty solid.
You liked how the creature design looked and the development of the creature and stuff?
I think there's no secret that I really appreciate a sort of cheesy 80s/90s looking CGI or monster, and that very much was what this was. And so, like, I kind of loved it. Like, it just looked like a shitty puppet.
I love the shitty puppet.
But I kind of loved it. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I think if they tried to make it anything more, if it tried to be like a CGI thing, I would have hated it.
Yeah. It reminded me so much, because we've been watching The Nightmare on Elm Streets. We watched Wes Craven's New Nightmare today, and there was a scene.
I love that one.
It's a good one, right?
One of my favorites, yes.
I realized today that it's only the second one that he directed. He didn't direct any of the other ones besides the first one.
Oh, serious? Oh, okay.
He wrote, or the story was his for the third one, The Dream Warriors, but other than that, he didn't even write any of the other ones.
I love New Nightmare.
Yeah, it's good. And there's a scene in that where Freddy's tongue comes out and wraps all around her and stuff, and that's what I thought of when I thought of this movie when I saw that today, because I'd never seen that one before. Yeah, I liked that too. I liked the practical effects, and I liked the body horror aspects. I didn't like the scene where she picks at her nail and makes it bleed, though. I had to look away. I hate that stuff. It
made me think of that scene in
Oculus.
I was going to say
in Black Swan, yes.
Where she pulls at it and it like pulls halfway down her finger.
Oh, God. Ugh, I hate that scene.
Yeah, I don't want a cuticle picking scene.
No, I don't like that. For some reason, bloody cuticles make me like woozy.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like getting manicures.
I love it, but I never get a bloody cuticle.
I don't like when they cut me. Sometimes they cut you, and I don't like that.
I've never had that happen, knock on wood.
Well, good. I'd hate for that to happen to you. All right, let's talk about spoilers. So the fun twist in this is that her buddy, whose name I'm forgetting now.
Not Stevie.
It's something with a C. Isn't it?
Claudia.
I think it's Claudia. I think you're right.
Okay.
Anyway, not Stevie, Claudia, is secretly already her appendage. And she convinces her to let this appendage.
That was a twist for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up, Jamie.
I did. I suspected that early on.
I didn't. Now I'm embarrassed.
It's all right. Sometimes it just seems easier.
So Stevie's already her appendage. All the people in the support group are their appendage, either when we meet them or eventually. And I liked that twist, and I didn't see it coming, but I thought it was clever. And I also liked and didn't see coming the idea that the appendage was going to assume your identity and take over your life. I didn't really see that coming, and I thought that was cool. And it makes sense for something to have been, inside of your body and consumed by you and want revenge, which actually happened on the Venture Brothers. Did anybody see that? Dr. Venture had a twin that was inside of his body.
I don't recall that
gets removed and is a better scientist and stuff than him.
I loved how, though, when she went to the dermatologist to, have her birthmark and, the rash looked at, the dermatologist was, immediately well, I hesitate to say anything. And she's like, well, what? And she's like, well, this might be a case of dual DNA where your twin,
it's you jumped to that.
Jump to conclusions there. You're looking at a birthmark with a rash on it, and that was your first jump.
That's a hell of a doctor.
I fully expected to see that doctor
as one of the
support group.
Yeah.
Yes. As to why she would jump to that so quickly, because otherwise I'm that can't possibly be your first.
Can you imagine? Or it could just be eczema. I'm not sure. It's either eczema or you're a chimera.
You're the personification of WebMD. And it's cancer.
And we kind of already hinted to what ends up happening. It's that you can't defeat your monster, your appendage. You have to live with it. And so she ends up, it somehow, when it doesn't get to feed off her with its little, sucking.
Proboscis thing.
Yeah. When it doesn't get to feed on her, it goes back to its original form as the little tiny baby, and she has it in her attic, which is cute. And she's also made positive changes to her life, calling out her parents for being shitty. And her mom, God, the stuff her mom said to her.
Her mom fucking sucked.
Yeah. No wonder you have that voice in there. That voice is probably your mom.
It's probably your mom.
Yeah.
Your dad seemed just like your typical sort of
checked out dad.
Yeah. He cares about you, but he's not getting too involved.
No, he's not going to get in there. But she stands up to her, and she gets away from her job and her demeaning boss and is making positive changes in her life, and that turns things around. And so she's able to make peace with this little appendage.
Yes.
The end.
The end. And she's got it in a little baby area,
a little bassinet in her attic, where she's hung some cute tapestries and stuff to make it more homey for her.
Yeah, a little flayed baby Voldemort.
That's right. Or baby Freddy, who looks like baby Voldemort. Yeah, or baby
Freddy.
Freddy did it first.
Yep, true.
So that's what we think.
That's pretty much it.
About Appendage. We would love to hear what you think of it. It's available on Hulu as part of its, what do they call it?
Huluween.
Huluween, that's right. Thank you. There's some other stuff on there that I'm probably going to check out.
I'd say definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll be interested to see what else this director makes.
7 is on Hulu.
Is it?
Just putting that out there.
All the Nightmare on Elm Streets are on HBO.
All the Saws are on there, too.
Oh, really?
On Hulu also. Mm-hmm.
Are we interested in doing that Saw X?
I mean, I kind of am. I've seen all the Saws.
I haven't, but I would do it if you want to do it. It's not what we're doing next, though.
No, I would be open to doing it because I won't say I liked all the Saws, but I've enjoyed the franchise as a whole.
The last one, Spiral, I enjoyed it. It was fine.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Some have definitely been better than others. I rewatched the first one not too long ago.
I think that holds up pretty well.
It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think a lot of those are really like enjoyable, fun movies.
I think they are fun.
For those of us who enjoy a torture.
I mean,
sort of
you get to watch assholes get punished for being assholes. And that's fun.
Yeah.
And there's good gore setups and good like puzzle Rube Goldbergian kind of.
That's what, and I like, and then like the sort of time jump stuff where it's like, oh, this actually happened back then, and you're seeing it later on, and
they get pretty wild with that stuff.
They do. It gets a little nuts after a bit, and then that's where I think it's like 6, 7 got 6, 7, 8. Maybe
were those the
like
Costas Mandalore years?
The Costas Mandalore.
Remember him?
Lord, I do, and I don't want to.
Remember his little pretentious scarf?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But that's not what we're doing next. What we're doing next is a movie whose name I keep forgetting because it's very generic, and it is When Evil Lurks. I believe the director is Argentinian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that sounds
he made
right.
the movie Terrified, which I really liked. I was turned on to that by Kitty, formerly of the Bloodlust Kitty. It's got some really great practical effects, and it's streaming on Shudder right now. Terrified is. When Evil Lurks is in theaters, but it is also coming, I'm pretty sure, to Shudder on October 27th. It might be streaming for pay by then, but Shudder, AMC Plus, we may have to pay, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Shudder exclusive, and it's going to come there on the 27th. Either way, it'll be viewable at home on the 27th and is in theaters now, and it's going to be our next movie. I understand there's a dog death in it, so I'm giving y'all a heads up, as I was given one. But
Great.
I've heard nothing but good things. It's really highly rated on the internet so far. And I'm excited to see it. And we hope that you will join us in 2 weeks to see it and talk about it.
I'm ready.
My body is ready.
I mean, not like fully ready because I haven't seen it, but like, I'll be ready.
I'll be there and ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
We hope you'll join us. We hope that you are having a good October. We hope that you will rate and review our podcast because it would help more people to find us. We would appreciate that very much, especially on iTunes, as that is the biggest podcast provider. It's very easy to do so. I do it all the time. Half of this duo reviews lots of things.
Yeah. I only review the very best, and this so far only my dad wrote a porno.
Well, if a better podcast comes along, I'll review it.
Yep.
Okay, listeners, this has been fun. Jamie, Jamie, thank you for joining me.
Yes, of course.
I'm going to call you Popeye.
Yeah, please do, because like I'm gonna have to start wearing a patch on my eye.
Yeah, I hope that whatever's
I
happening
scratched my cornea.
gets taken
I'm
care
used
of.
To it. As soon as an eyelash or fur goes in there, it's like I'm kind of fucked.
game
for, like,
over.
The next hour and a half.
Well, you enjoy that.
Yeah, I will. It's gonna be great.
All right, listeners, thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time. Until then, I've been Amy.
I'm Popeye.
The Sailor Man.
Yep.
Thank you. Good night. Hail Ratma.
Hail Fatma.
Praise his holy name.
Mm-hmm.